K Nation. Sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K Nation, it's one of the coolest events we get to cover every single year. A fundraiser for kids with cancer, and it brings Jayhawks from all over the place back to Lawrence, Kansas. We'll tell you about this year's Rock Chalk Round Ball Classic.
Plus, an exclusive interview with an experienced Wildcat. Seth Porter explains why he decided to come back for a 6th season.
And he's the big man on campus. Literally, he's KU's big man, and he's on campus now. We talked with Hunter Dickinson today. Hear from the top transfer in the country as he joins the Jayhawks. That's where we're going to start with this edition of K Nation tonight. Welcome to our show. I'm Glenn Kinley.
And I'm Lainey Gerber. As usual, we have a packed show today, but first things first, Hunter Dickinson is here.
That's big news. Yeah,
right now he's just getting to know everyone on the team. No pickup games yet, but KJ Adams did have everyone over for dinner last night. He made tacos, and just a moment like that helps everyone get comfortable with each other in a new era, really, of college basketball where teams can just completely change every year. Dickinson is just happy to have this new band of brothers and hopefully win a national championship.
I think it's going to be really easy with Juan. I remember when I committed, right before I committed, I told him, I was like, yeah, I called him up. I was like, man, if you don't average 10 assists this year, it's going to be your fault, man. And Self told him that too. So I know Juan's going to make it real easy for me, but I'm trying to make it easier for the other guys too. You know, I feel like I attract a lot of attention on offense, and so I told KJ, I told Nick already, I told Juan, I said, man, you're going to get a lot of open shots, a lot of easy looks from me, and hopefully it's vice versa. I know those guys are so talented too.
They certainly are talented, and Hunter says he loves Lawrence already, and he loves how much Lawrence loves KU basketball. Some guys aren't in town yet. It includes Kevin McCullough, but of course he'll be ready to talk some basketball with them and hopefully with us as well once he shows up.
Yeah, definitely. Well, from basketball to baseball, last week in this show we told you K-State was waiting on the selection show, and well, the Wildcats did not get an NCAA regional bid.
Man, it is a snub that sparked some frustration from Wildcat fans and players and former players and even their head coach. Pete Hughes put out this statement last week saying, in part, the Division I baseball committee and system failed K-State, our program, and our seniors. Hughes went on to call it inexplicable and disappointing. He says the committee put too much emphasis on RPI. Yeah,
RPI is a system that's used to compare two teams' resumes. It takes into account wins, losses, and the strength of schedule. But to Hughes' point, RPI probably wasn't necessary to compare these two teams because they played in the regular season and they play in the same conference. K-State swept OU. The Wildcats also had a better overall record, a better conference record, and went further in the Big 12 tournament.
Certainly some frustration there, and rightfully so. Oklahoma did get eliminated today. Maybe that helps K-State.
There you go.
Maybe it makes it worse. I don't know. So it was bad news for K-State on Monday, but they got some good news for one of their pitchers later in the week. We told you before about Wildcat closer Tyson Neighbors. He's a stud, and he's getting some national recognition. Neighbors named a third-team All-American by Collegiate Baseball after leading the Big 12 with 11 saves. He had a very impressive 1.85 ERA. He was also named first-team All-Big 12, and his 86 strikeouts ranked him 5th in the conference. And he was just a sophomore, perhaps a very bright future for that righty from Texas. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, that's a lot of accolades there.
We could do a segment where you try to see if you can hit one of his 99-mile-an-hour fastballs.
We could just do a segment where I try to name everything that he's accomplished, and I can't do it.
A long list for you.
Well, no NCAA bid for Jayhawk baseball either, but it was still a fun season under first-year head coach Dan Fitzgerald for sure. Some Big 12 series wins and even a win against the top-ranked team in the conference tournament. Not too shabby.
Yeah, for sure.
We caught up with outfielder Chase Jans this week to see how the season went from a player's perspective.
I think we made some really good strides as a team. As a guy that was on the team last year, for my freshman year, it was, I wouldn't say disappointing, but I knew that we could do a lot better. And then obviously with a almost completely new coaching staff and almost a new team, I think we returned like 10 of 40 guys. For a minute there, it was like, this might be tough because it's a lot of new guys, different personalities obviously coming from all different places. But I was really happy with the way we came together as a team.
Chase Jans, big Chiefs guy, confirmed. You saw the hat there. Kansas baseball headed in the right direction, or at least he thinks so, and I would probably agree with that. That's just a little teaser, though, because Jans, well, he's a machine out there in left field. He made SC top 10 3 times this season, and we sat down for a full interview breaking down those plays and how he makes such a great read on the ball. So watch out for that interview 1 week from today.
That'll be a good one. I'm not going to miss
For the
it.
folks out here.
I'll be here for it.
Right,
you can count on that.
I'll be here as well.
Well, baseball and softball's over for both of these schools. I'm already getting my quarter zips out because we got to prepare for football season, even though it's really hot when football season first starts.
Well, football season, or quarter zips rather, year-round, in my opinion.
Oh, there you go.
But,
maybe not summer.
Well, maybe not. We got to break down the football schedules. We've been busy with a lot of other stuff going on. We haven't completely dove into them, but we did get some kickoff times allowance this week, so it's the perfect opportunity to give you the full rundown. We'll start with the Jayhawks, and Kansas will start with a Thursday game. That's an August opener at home against Missouri State. The kickoff time just announced for this one, 7 p.m. under the lights. And then on Saturday, the following week, hosting Illinois. No time for that game set just yet. And after that, well, I hope you're ready to stay up late. September 16th, that's a 9:30 p.m. kickoff at Nevada. We're going to need some Red Bull, some coffee.
Gotta love those West Coast games.
You gotta love it. And September 23rd, an intro to the new Big 12 with BYU, and a last send-off at Texas September 30th before the Longhorns head to the SEC. We'll be throwing horns down on that day.
Yeah, these new Big 12 games are going to be fun. Into October, another new Big 12 team. The Jayhawks are hosting UCF, then at Oklahoma State the following week before the bye week. The other half of Bedlam hosting Oklahoma, another SEC standoff we got for them. Then up to Ames to take on Iowa State to start the November slate of the schedule.
And in November on 11/11, make a wish. Your wish might be that Jayhawks get a win, and they're hosting Texas Tech. Then the Sunflower Showdown, November 18th. Circle it on your calendar, highlight it, whatever you got to do. That one is in Lawrence this year. It'll probably be a packed house. It'll definitely be a packed house. And then the finale for the regular season, that's at Cincinnati. And Vegas sets the over-under for the Jayhawks at 6.5. So the bowl game suddenly has become an expectation in Lawrence. What a way they come.
I know. In just a few years, I mean, we say that. It seems like a lot now. But
yeah. No, it's exciting stuff, though. They won 2 games a couple years ago, and now 6.5 is the over-under. I think most Jayhawk fans would probably tell you they want even more than that. So the expectations have just reached new levels.
They absolutely have. We saw it in just this short period of time.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah. K-State football is looking to repeat as conference champions. So here's a look at that schedule. A few more game times for the Wildcats have been announced. The season openers at home versus Southeast Missouri on September 2nd. That's a 6 p.m. start. Then back-to-back morning kickoffs. Home against Troy on September 9th. Then at Missouri, a rematch of that big win in Manhattan last year. The first new Big 12 opponent for the Cats is UCF. That's at home on September 23rd. And an early bye week in late September for K-State.
There you go. Another kickoff time we got announced. It's a Friday matchup at Oklahoma State coming off the bye week. That starts at 6:30 p.m. And then the grind begins at Texas Tech. They're supposed to be really good. Big 12 rematch with TCU at home. That's a rematch of that title game. And another new Big 12 school hosting Houston on the 28th. And then at Texas for another SEC send-off, horns down again, on November 4th.
Man, a Friday game in the middle of the season.
I know, a little different. Different.
Well, my 11-11 wish is a home win against Baylor for the Cats. The Sunflower Showdown's at Kansas on the 18th, as we mentioned, and then wrapping up the regular season, hosting Farmageddon. Tough Iowa State squad to end the year. Vegas has the reigning champs at 8.5 wins is the over-under. We can break that down more, but first, a little special surprise.
How about it? K-State looking to go through that schedule and land another one of these. Check out the new jewelry.
Consider me surprised.
You didn't know that was coming.
I didn't.
Shine bright like a diamond. The football team unveiled its 2022 Big 12 championship rings on Friday, and they look pretty good to me.
Those are
on the
shiny.
front, you got the Power Cat and the Big 12 trophy, and then got the Cat script on one side, and you've got the final score on the inside from that game, as you saw, and 31-28, in case you forgot. And, Lainey, I would say they got a really big team, and they need some really big rings.
Yeah,
would you agree?
I would agree. I put that in the web story as well. We think alike.
Glad to hear it. All right, let's talk track and field now. The Jayhawks are sending 11 to nationals. It's not just one group that's impressive over there.
Oh, yeah. From distance runners to springs and jumpers and throwers, Kansas track will compete on the big stage all over the place this week. The NCAA Outdoor Championships begin Wednesday in Austin, Texas.
Well, we know this. One guy will even compete in a bunch of those events. Tate Klein qualified in the decathlon, Chandler Gibbons in the 10K. You're used to hearing his name on this show, and several others, and we've got a full list on our website, KSNT.com. But I was in Lawrence just a few days ago to talk to these Hawks about the national championships opportunity, and needless to say, it came after a lot of hard work.
Everyone on the staff is having someone going and some of the coaches multiple athletes, which is really good. And I think if it makes us more cohesive as a team, and as a team prepare, it's a lot more fun for them.
Been on the bucket list and definitely checking off the box, but I mean, the work isn't done. I got to go down there and do what I can do, and it's just part of the path towards where I want to end up.
It's what we work for every year. You know, our coaches do a really good job of preparing us, not just physically but mentally, for the biggest meets of the season, and just getting the opportunity to make it through regionals and actually go to nationals. I mean, it's the goal, but it is still a big deal.
It's super special because it's my last season with KU, so I'm super excited for that. And I also really like the facility down there.
Just kind of a reward for, years of hard work and, persevering through injuries and, everything to finally be able to, go to the national championships.
Not surprised that any of them qualified.
Absolutely,
It's
good.
the first trip to nationals for some of those Jayhawks, though. For others, it's far from it. In fact, high jumper Riley Anderson, who you just saw, this is her 6th time qualifying for nationals between indoors and outdoors. The team made the trip down to Austin today, and I'll start competing on Wednesday.
Exciting stuff ahead, and we've got a lot more exciting stuff ahead on K-Nation. You better not have thought we forgot about K-State track. Of course not. And they're sending athletes to nationals, too. We'll hear from some of those cats up next.
Plus, we've got to check in with voice of the Jayhawks, Brian Haney. He's going to tell us what makes this year's RockShox Roundball Classic special and unique. That's still ahead.
Come out to the biggest party in the heartland, the Country Stampede. Headliners include Hardy, Lee Rice, and Cody Johnson. July 13th through 15th. Tickets and camping on sale now at countrystampede.com.
Welcome to Jungle House, a shop for plant people. The Jungle House offers a range of in-store and at-home services to help your plants thrive. Not a green thumb? Don't sweat it. We're here to help. Jungle House, 924 Delaware Street, Lawrence.
Hi, this is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
27 KSNT is working with harvesters to help feed families in need. We'll be collecting these food items at 2 Dillon's locations in Topeka and at our TV station from 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Thank you for your support.
Higgins!
Magnum, I need a favor.
What I gotta do?
Get right on it.
Drop it!
Sundays at 11 on 27 KSNT. Come out for a wonderful day of golf and support the Topeka Performing Arts Center at the annual T-Pack Golf Tournament. Shotgun starts at 8 a.m. at Great Life Golf and Fitness at Shawnee Country Club. Register your team of 4 today at topekaperformingarts.org.
Come out to the biggest party in the heartland, the Country Stampede. Headliners include Hardy, Lee Rice, and Cody Johnson. July 13th through 15th. Tickets and camping on sale now at countrystampede.com.
K-State track is also settling in Austin today. The Wildcats are sending 3 to compete in the NCAA Outdoor Championships this week.
Some fun stuff there, and they've also got some top-notch talent headed south. Not just 3, but 3 really good, including Urte Bachinskaita. Practiced that name so many times during the commercial break. She's going in the heptathlon. Emma Robbins and Cade McCall will compete in the hammer throw.
Yeah, these 3 are the top 12 in the nation in their events and will be competing to be #1 starting on Wednesday.
When we go to the national meet, it's always about scoring. All 3 athletes are legitimate scoring. I have no interest in going and just being there. We want to go there and do something.
Obviously it's hard, and like to put everything together in one meet, it's like so hard, but I love heptathlon.
You get your stress over with kind of at regionals, I would say, and you just get to have fun with nationals. We're still doing a high load, but just enough to give it a little bit of a rest.
Go, go, go.
I'm expecting it to be hot, but that's my type of weather. I love the heat, so I'm excited for that and just really hone in and focus and throw what I know.
We train all year for that, and we want to be our best at championship time, and so I think it's just the culmination of the work that they've done all year long, and they've been really, really good about doing the right things that we ask them to do, and so the results are happening.
And of course, we'll have updates from all this on K-Nation next week.
There we go. It's going to be an exciting week of track and field.
Definitely. Well, stick around. Coming up after the break, we showed you K-State football's rings earlier in the show. Here's a guy who got one. It's an exclusive interview with Wildcat receiver Seth Porter. That's right after this break.
If a grilled cheese and a double cheeseburger got married, their combined assets would include 2 seasoned beef patties and 3 pieces of melty American cheese. At their wedding, we'd give them a Texas toast. Sonic $3.99 grilled cheese double burger and tot steel.
Hear that? It's edge of your seat. He blows the body off the car. Entertainment at top speed. Camping World NHRA races where top drivers compete to be the best. But don't blink. And who's got the horsepower? It is going to be Justin Ashley. A dazzling top fuel final. You could miss it. It's the Menards NHRA Nationals presented by Pet Armor. August 11th through 13th at Heartland Motorsports Park in Topeka. Every ticket's a pit pass and kids 12 and under are free. Get tickets early and save at NHRA.com.
Sports! We have everything
that you're looking for
at Play It Again Sports.
New and used sports and fitness equipment with used up to 50% off retail.
You can create your own discount by trading in and trading up. Sell us your gear and get cash on the spot, or even get store credit.
Play It Again Sports has something for every athlete. All seasons, all sports, on any budget. We're open every day in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Game on!
Topeka on the glass on 3. 1, 2,
Topeka on the glass!
As the weather warms up and your to-do list grows, don't forget about your windshield.
Avoid costly replacements. Repair that chip before it's too late.
If you need a repair or an entire windshield replacement,
call Topeka Auto Glass, 785-438-8808.
When you look back on this day, you might remember the heat wave, or the strawberry shortcake slush float with crunchy sugar crystals. Greg, however, will never forget the homemade water slide incident. $2.99 strawberry shortcake snowball slush float. Sonic.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Seth Porter has been a Wildcat for a while now. He's coming back for year number 6 with K-State football.
Yeah, and in that time, his younger brother joined the team, and although Porter isn't leading the team in touchdowns or receptions, he is certainly making an impact. K-Nation's Landon Reinhart has the exclusive interview with him.
All right, so thank you for joining us. 6 year coming back. That's a long time to be in college, man. What came into that decision?
Yeah, I would just say the culture that we've built. I just enjoy being around the guys so much. Last year was a blast. I mean, on the field, but in the locker room and just in the community, it's been awesome. And I just felt that personally and as a team, we have some more things to accomplish. So those are some of the reasons I decided to come back.
And I could tell from all of those answers there, you love K-State. We shared a mutual professor, Steve Smethers, and he tells a story about how you found your wife in his class, but dive into that and what K-State means to you.
Absolutely. So yeah, like I said, K-State means the world to me. Both my parents went here. I grew up in Texas, so I was a K-State kid down in Texas, which is a little bit different, but always grew up wearing purple and wanted to play here and got the opportunity to. And since I've been here, I've fallen in love with the university and the community even more. And yeah, Mr. Smethers, had him freshman year, and that's where I met my wife. We both sat down in the front row of the class and got to know each other by the end of the semester, and the rest is history. So I owe Mr. Smethers big time.
That's beautiful. I'll go back to football. Bit of a tougher question. You're known around here as a special teams guy. You probably would have an opportunity to go somewhere else, especially with how the transfer portal's working, and shine out. What went into the decision to stay here and fit your role?
Several things. I mean, one, my love for K-State. I couldn't imagine going anywhere else. Second thing, it's just kind of my mentality, my upbringing. I came here as a walk-on and earned a scholarship, and so I just come from the idea that I want to earn it. I don't want to take the easier road. I maybe could see something and have it easier that way, but I'd much rather earn it. So if my playing time can increase on offense, that would be great, but I want it to be because I earned it, not because I took an easier road.
Yeah. It's special teams. You is a word or phrase that gets thrown out around here. What does special teams mean to you?
It means a lot. I think it's an area that often gets overlooked by fans, but even players. And so we've won a lot of games thanks to big plays on special teams. I've been lucky to be a part of a lot of those. So it's just, we got a good group of guys that buys into special teams here, and that's been passed down year after year after year. That's been built up as part of this history, and we prep more as a team and individually on special teams than I would argue than anybody in the country, and I believe that shows on Saturdays.
And it'd be hard not to mention this, but you play with your brother. How cool is that, bringing your little brother into the program and then shining on the biggest stage? You got to tackle together in the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true. We both grew up wearing purple, dreaming of playing together here, and he actually went to a different high school than I did, so we didn't even get to play together in high school. So this is our first time playing together, and yeah, I mean, being out there and before a play, looking over and seeing your brother, it's amazing. And like you said, we've been able to make a few tackles together, and everyone is always texting us, well, that was so cool. And in the game, I don't even realize it's him. We tackle him, I get up, I say good job, and then we watch the film and was like, oh, that was you. I didn't even know that was you next to me. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great, man. Thank you for your time, and we'll be rooting you on next year.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
We will be rooting him on next year.
Fun stuff. Yeah.
Well, if you can believe it, we've got even more K-Nation for you. A preview of the Rock Chalk Round Ball Classic and which Jayhawk will unite for an alumni tournament this summer. That's right after the break.
At Dillon's, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Dillon's, fresh for everyone.
Highland Community College is ready for you to join us on campus to get the degree you've always been wanting. HCC offers many different career paths, some taking less than 2 years to achieve. Secure your future by choosing Highland. Visit highlandcc.edu for more information. Go Scotties!
Follow me to Red Dirt Saturday.
Girl, that's what cowboys are for.
Buy tickets now.
Ain't built for running, no, we're riding to the store.
I came to Success Vision with doubts. Glasses in an hour? How good could they be?
The eye doctor next door, they take walk-ins, and my eye exam was great.
I'm still smiling about the pair of glasses that I got. The prescription is exactly right.
2 pair of no-line bifocals for $79, and they were ready in a few hours.
A great pair of glasses that are really light on my face. I'm one happy customer. Thank you, Success Vision.
2 pair for $39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
No.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Insurance, financial planning, all in one place.
Please hold.
When you download the Dillon's app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Dillon's app. Dillon's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Here's a story that will warm your heart, and it might make you drive to Lawrence this week.
Yeah, you might want to. In fact, I think you should. The Rock Chalk Round Ball Classic. It's this Thursday at Lawrence Free State High School. It's an annual KU basketball alumni all-star game.
Not
and
bad.
It raises money for families with kids battling cancer.
Yeah, and it's not just money, but a weekend they will never forget for these kids. They announce their names in the starting 5 fashion before the game begins, and every year Jayhawks from all over and from all different eras flock back to Lawrence for this game. There's some big names in attendance this year too, which we'll get to in just a minute. But we talked with voice of the Jayhawks and event organizer Brian Haney earlier in the week, and he says this year's fundraiser is going far beyond one exciting weekend. They're making efforts to make the Round Ball Classic impact families in need year-round.
Wow.
Here's what he told us about this special event for a special cause.
This is our 15th year, and in the first 14, we've been able to raise over $1 million for local kids battling cancer. We have 6 beneficiary children that will all receive a portion of the money. There's another organization, Baby J's Legacy of Hope, which will spread out their donation check over 24 more kids. And then for the first time this year, we have a year-round benevolence fund, where in the months of September through May, other children will be able to receive a check and go to a game here in Allen Fieldhouse or David Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium with a former KU star, so that Round Ball can continue to bless kids year-round not just in the summer months.
Oh, that's awesome. Haney started and runs this event, and it's much more than a game. On Friday, there's a gala, a dinner with all the players. Then Saturday, it's the Rock Chalk Round Bowl at the bowling alley with all the stars who are there as well. But which stars? There's a list of 40, but here's some of the guys we know as of now. Former Big 12 Player of the Year Devontae Graham will be a coach. Steve Mikhailo will be there. Udoka Azubuike, Devon Dotson, Cole Aldrich, all in attendance.
Wow, that's an elite list already. Yeah. And there's another list for you on your screen now. Sharon Collins, well, he'll be in town. Wayne Selden Jr., the lottery pick, Ben McLemore, 7-footer Greg Ostertag, Tyshawn Taylor. The list goes on. In fact, we can't have time in the show to give them all of you, so we got the full list on our website. That's at ksnt.com. It's just KU basketball. The alumni is just loaded. Like, people go to support the charity, and obviously that's great. But I think even if it wasn't for charity, people would go to watch because that's a good
You're
basketball
watching an
game.
NBA All-Star game.
Yeah, you're watching some really good teams. I think Devontae Graham played last year. He's going to coach this year. Maybe his team told him maybe be a little bit careful, but he's still going to come back and support a great cause.
Absolutely.
All right, well, if you can't make it out to round ball, still a pretty cool opportunity for fans to watch some old stars hoop together as teammates. TBT getting closer and closer. We got a few exciting names there. Thomas Robinson, Keith Langford, Tyshawn Taylor, Marcus Garrett. They're all committed, and that's just a short list of them. And I don't know if I would want to play against those guys. A bunch of All-Americans. No. July 19th in Wichita is the tip-off for that one.
That's going to be a heck of a show. That's not just a game, that's a show.
For sure.
Well, don't go anywhere. More K-Nation comes your way after one more break.
Need your fireplace inspected? Make sure you and your family are safe this winter and avoid being a statistic. Certified Fireplace and Chimney now has openings as soon as this week. No need to wait months to be seen. Call or text us today to schedule your appointment.
Properties that are for sale by owner are typically on the market longer, sell for significantly less, and leave a seller open to potential legal problems than those properties sold with the assistance of a realtor. A home may be the largest and most complicated transaction you'll ever make. Trust a realtor with the ethics, expertise, and education to act in your best interest and guide you through the process. Find homes for sale in Northeast Kansas and a Sunflower Association Realtor member that's right for you at sunflowerrealtors.com.
Meaningful relationships built upon trust is a founding principle of the Trust Company. We help individuals and businesses create tailored financial plans and diversified investment strategies that adapt over time to your unique needs. Because we are independent, we can offer flexibility and creativity that many advisors and trust departments can't. If you aren't sure where to start or you're looking to make a fresh start, contact us today for a free consultation.
Golden Corral on Southwest Wanamaker Road has been locally owned since 1999. Come join us in our newly remodeled dining room with updated decor, a stone fireplace, and an enhanced buffet area. Breakfast served Saturdays and Sundays. Pickup orders and catering available. Golden Corral in Topeka is looking for great service-minded people to fill positions with advancement opportunities. Serious applicants can walk in to complete an application.
Come on in and join us
at Golden Corral.
Everyone dreams of having a stunning fireplace for their home, so why not make your dream a reality? Certified Fireplace and Chimney specializes in making these dreams come true. And now with in-home renderings and no interest payment plans, it's never been an easier decision. Call or text today.
Welcome back to K-Nation. It's not the official preseason poll just yet, but ESPN did release its way too early college basketball top 25. I'm not just saying it's way too early. That's
what they call it.
That's the name of the list. Yeah. You want to guess where KU checked in at?
If I could guess anywhere, I'd guess number one. And that's exactly where they are. And we shouldn't be surprised. There were thoughts that KU would be ranked near the top, and that was before they even got the news for Kevin McCullough Jr. returning. You're looking at a loaded starting five and only 3 scholarship returners, but they're all starters. That's McCullough, Harris, and KJ. We mentioned Hunter Dickinson earlier, and so many other guys.
He's big time. K-State not on the list, but I expect maybe they can get a few more commits before the season starts. And don't sleep on Tang and Co. either. They're going to be good.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for watching K-Nation. We'll see you next Sunday.
See you. Have a good night.
That's where I met my wife. We both sat down in the front row of the class and got to know each other by the end of the semester, and the rest is history.
We've got some Orange Bowl champion football players coming back, KU women's basketball. It really is a great gathering of all Jayhawks that want to help these local kids fighting cancer.